Hello, we are 50% of the way, or I am 50% of the way through In the Lives of Puppets by T.L. Clune, which, yes, we're 58% of the way through this kind of dystopic, kind of comedic, kind of cutesy-ish sci-fi novel where a boy is theoretically left with a android man. That turns out to be actually not the case, but we learn that about at the 40% mark, so we'll let that be a surprise for anybody who wants to try this book that I'm listening to on audio. It is... I was thinking about this pacing-wise. We're at 50% and we are finally on the road with our travelers, all of whom we get introduced to, and then the final kind of romantic interest, android Hap, is introduced, and then the father figure is whisked away and they've got to go rescue him. So it takes, we're at 50% of the way and we're finally on the road, and we've met our first peril with the coachman, who is a robot that collects human curiosities. And unfortunately, all three of the robots are sort of old enough that they are a part of human curiosities. They've all been servants of some sort or another for humans, except for, of course, Victor, who the coachman makes a offhanded thing of like, oh, you know, you're an interesting robot because we didn't need you once we got rid of our pest problem. The implication, of course, being that the robots got rid of the pest problem of human beings, at which point Nurse Ratchet, who's there to kind of care for and heal human beings, it would no longer be necessary. Though, of course, she's actually hanging out with one of those human beings right now. So yeah, it is very cutesish. There is a Rambo, a neurotic, cowardly little vacuum robot, is very much the comic relief in that way that you just like, oh God, just want to explode the little guy, because he's comic relief, and B, he's obviously, you get the sense he's the figure that like something bad's going to happen to him, and that's going to be used to try and squeeze tears out of the audience. At least that's the implication I get. It is well written. I've looked at the reviews on Goodreads, and it seems like this is maybe a lower rated book by the author. It's a little bit more on the overtly sentimental side, or the sentiment is in service of a story which people didn't find as compelling. So far, it's good. I'm at 50%. I don't feel any need to stop. It's it's zipping along, so I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. So yeah, that's my check-in, my kind of lukewarm check-in at 50%. It's a bit of a pressure drop going from Notes from Regicide, which is really top flight, kind of a literary science fiction, to this, which is very much more kind of light, fable-like. In some ways, it's like it's written for adults, fable written for adults, but it's like if they'd actually just taken the step down and written it for kids and pruned it significantly, because it's like 432 pages. This is like a 152-page story for kids. It could be maybe more charming than it is. It's a little bit baggy. It's baggy as it is. So yeah, that's my thoughts so far. I'll leave it there.